That's the latest track from Richard Ashcroft's new thing, RPA and the United Nations of Sound. That's out next Monday, and that is How Deep Is Your Man. It's ironic that Tess, one of the listeners, was mentioning that one of the last songs sounded like You Win Again by the Bee Gees. They borrowed a little bit from them again there. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, a very special guest, Paul Daniels, Tommy Cooper, Paul Zennon, the biggest names in the Magic Circle, but there are two names that tower even more prominently in the pantheon of illusion. They are Penn and Teller. And with us now is the first of those.
The one that was gestured over there. I like that you do a lot of hand gestures for radio.
I do. It's just the only way I can keep on track, to be perfectly honest. Penn, good morning, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
It's fair to say that, because we were puzzling about it on the other side of the glass for a moment, because, of course, you are synonymous together, Penn and Teller, like Morecambe and Wise, like bacon and eggs. But we were sort of having a look through hang on, I can see Steve Guest, who I know, a friend of mine who sometimes brings guests in, but I can't see Teller. And then it was explained in no uncertainty, well, but Teller doesn't speak.
Yeah, Teller takes the mornings off. Once in a while, when we go around the States and I do all the morning radio, I'll sometimes come in after doing 3 or 4 shows at like 11 and Teller will be just going off the elevator going, yeah, I heard the last one, you're pretty funny. So, yeah, he gets to. But tomorrow, when we do load-in, since he's mostly the director of the show, he'll be there early, making sure all the props are okay, and I'll be doing whatever I want.
Exactly. It's job sharing.
There's a division of labor.
Division of labor is the phrase that I was groping for.
It's Henry Ford's idea.
He knew what he was talking about.
Specialization, sure.
And we had a lot of my illusionist friends, and nearly all of my friends are illusionists.
Sure.
It's a very high amount, actually.
That's what you can call them.
Exactly. But a lot of people cite you guys as an influence, and in fact we had one on the show last week, and I said, who's your sort of ultimate hero when it comes to illusion? Penn and Teller was the name that came up. I said, well, the guys are in next week. But who can I ask you that same question? Who were you influenced by?
Well, kind of morally, philosophically, certainly Houdini.
Yeah.
And the Amazing Randy. I mean, the idea that you can take lying to people for a living and find a way to do that outside of the proscenium that is useful is pretty great to me. The idea that Houdini changed halfway through his career into kind of a crusader against hokum and humbug is pretty great. And Amazing Randy, who is the modern day equivalent of Houdini, and who does, I think, the amazing meetings over here called TAM. I mean, Randy, I met when I was 18, and he really did create us. He really did put us in the skeptical mode. As in terms of performers, it's mostly the guys that are unknown that do close-up magic.
Yeah.
You would think of Ricky Jay, of course, but there were other guys, old timers, when we were young, who were just amazing with a deck of cards, could do wonderful things.
Because there's something about that, isn't there? Just watching, brought down to its most simple form, illusion and magic it can be the most shocking and incredible when it's right in front of you, like you say, when it's just some cards or a piece of cotton or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, certainly over here you have Darren Brown, who's just wonderful and does things right in people's faces. And
to speak about Darren, who, as you say, is an incredible illusionist, he's sort of moved into a slightly different territory now, which is more, it's all psychological magic, I suppose. But one of the first things that he became known for in this country was his Russian roulette sort of thing, which again is probably a bit influenced by yourself, because you do a similar thing.
We do a gun thing, which we can't do at the Hammersmith Apollo. They wouldn't let us bring our, we say to them, we're going to be doing our gun trick, and they say, okay, just show us the fake guns. And we go, well, see, that's the problem. we're Americans, so we'll be bringing in real .357 Magnums and real ammunition, because that's the way we do it. And so we can't do that. We can't do that over here. Our clothes are in Vegas, which is really great, because we close in Vegas with that and have for a while. So we have about 5.5 hours of material that we do. So I get to do the closing bit from our 2 Broadway runs that I haven't done for a few years over here. So I'm really excited about that.
And what can you give us a taster of that?
It's a monologue about the carnival with some fire eating. So it's really a very personal monologue that was the close of the Broadway show that I get to do again. And we're also doing Water Tank over here.
Right. Matt, who is on the show with us, you've actually seen this live as well, Matt, haven't you? He was describing it to us earlier on. I think I've seen it on TV before.
Yeah, so we're doing the Water Tanks. We're doing some stuff different from Vegas and some brand new stuff from Vegas. We're doing some stuff we've been doing lately.
Because I remember being very effective when I was about 8 or 9 and seeing on television a similar water tank trick that I can't remember who it was that did it, and eventually it ended up with the guy getting the axe out and sort of smashing into the tank about 10 minutes in. I mean, are you... This is a stupid question, I know it, but, is there ever real danger involved? Or?
A lot of people, especially David Blaine and Chris Angel, like very much to let people know stuff is really sincerely dangerous. Yeah. And I am so bothered by that. Right. First of all, they're lying. It's not dangerous. And second of all, if they can convince you that it is dangerous, then they're making the audience complicit in an immoral act. Unnecessary human danger for entertainment is not called for in the 21st century. Yeah. So our idea is to make stuff as intense and as scary as possible, but I never on a show like this say there's real danger. I mean, there shouldn't be. We're expecting you to laugh while we die on stage. Yeah. We can't expect you to do that if you look back on our records and go, but you guys in the past have been pretty hurt, haven't you? You've been hospitalized 5 or 6 times. All of a sudden, we've changed the morality of our crowd. So I'm very comfortable by saying, yes, we do this incredibly dangerous trick, the bullet catch. 12 people have really died doing it. It's the most dangerous trick in all of show business, and we'll be perfectly safe. I mean, that's the cool part of it.
Exactly.
The cool part of it is to cheat death. The cool part of it is not to die.
To actually do it. To try and dodge the bullet, literally. It's obviously going to be an extremely visceral and exciting experience, and it's a wonderful thing to have you over here. You're going to be at the Hammersmith Apollo from the 14th to the 18th of July, I believe. So, and there are still 1 or 2 tickets available, hopefully, so you can scramble for those right now. But I believe that now you're going to hack my arms and legs off live on radio.
Well, nothing could be easier than doing that on the
radio. He's actually going to do it. But thank you very much. Very much looking forward to seeing you down there.
Well, thank you.
And have an absolutely fantastic show.